Hello. So this is the video for C5 reduction method using Abacus. Basically, in this method, we'll be looking into how can we use C5 reduction to find slope stability of a slope. So by slope stability, I mean factor of safety. So let us just start, and I will explain the physics of the model while going uh, in this tutorial. So it's called the model slope, approximate dimension 200. So you can have any geometry. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to build a geometry which is which has a very steep angle, and we'll go a little bit there, here, and here. Yeah, that's our geometry. So I haven't dimensioned any geometry. I have just created a slope kind of geometry. You can have your own geometry based on whatever you want. So I will have a depth of 5 meters. So this is our slope. So this is a very gentle, not gentle, but a steeper slope. And what we will do is that we'll create the properties now. So this is the main part of this model. In Abacus 2020, I have the version 2070. You have a specific feature which I will discuss later that you will require. I will have a density of 1800, elasticity, let's call it 30 MPa, and Poisson's ratio of 0.45. That is generally taken for most of the soils, and we'll use Mohr column plasticity. We'll have a friction angle of let's say initial friction angle. Whatever initial friction angle is, whatever we'll assume, but we need to use a field variable which will be our strength reduction factor. So let me introduce you with this strength reduction factor. Sorry, not this. So you have to insert a friction angle which is this table. Okay, this is the friction angle part. Let me just insert a column and call it friction angle. So I'll provide you this file as well. This is a dilation angle, and the right uh, to that end is strength reduction factor, or basically we call the field variable in Abacus. So we change our strength friction angle and dilation angle with our strength reduction factor, and we can calculate it formulated here, or not this one. We'll delete this column, and here you can calculate your strength reduction, sorry, friction angle with changing strength reduction factor. So this strength reduction factor of 1 means this is basically, let me call FOS, basically factor of safety of your slope. So you will have a factor of safety of your slope when you have the diagram like this. I will also send you a literature where people have used and published a paper on this. So that is this. So you calculate it based on dividing the tan phi by this factor, and then taking the tan inverse and converting it into the degrees. So that's how you do that. I'm just going to use this value right here, which are given right here. Okay, I'm just gonna copy it. Or one more thing which you can do is you can start with an angle of 30. So I'm just going to use let's say 45. So I will start with the soil friction angle, not 45, but it will be very high. So I will go with 30. Okay, so I will just push the down the row because the 30 will be constant. Just copy it and paste the values here. Okay, and paste the values here again. So I'll use dilation angle and friction angle equal to 30. Okay, I'm just gonna copy this, and I'm just going to paste this into the abacus. Okay, so you can see here that your friction angle and dilation angle are changing with the field variable. Okay, so I have one field variable here, you can see this, and that is your factor of safety. And we'll as we go on in this tutorial, I'll show you how we change this friction field variable. Now the second part of the soil is the cohesion. So we are going with 15,000 Pascal, that is 15 kilopascal cohesion. varying from 1 to 2. I'm just going to copy this and 0 absolute plastic strain. So we'll go to cohesion, increase the number of field variables from 0 to 1 and paste our values here. Okay, so this is very simple. Okay, so this 1500 basically comes from dividing the 1500 by the field variables, as you can see here. Okay, dividing by field variable, that is those values are increasing. At field variable 2, our cohesion will be half. So this is one method of calculating factor of safety, but there are several more methods like Morgenstern price and other variables. So here you go. Although they render the results very similar, like the results will be very close. So we are done. Now one more thing which you can do is you can use the soils step, or you can use the dynamic explicit step. So I am just going to use soils step. So I will use pore water pressure or permeability. I'll use a permeability of let's say this is silty clay or silty sand. So I am just going to use a permeability of 1 e to the power minus 6, and the void ratio will be 0.9. These are just starter variables, so you can assume anything you want, or if you have your own data, then you can use them. So these are our like input property parameters for the soil. So I'll just click on OK, and let me just tell you that all the parameters meter per second, meter per second, and kilogram and Newton. And in the pressure will be in pascals, the force will be in Newton, density will be in kilogram per meter cube, elasticity will be in pascals. So and that like that, permeability will be in meter per second. Okay, so let me just go ahead. I have created the property, and I'll go to assign this property to the material. We'll create a solid homogeneous section. We'll call it soil section, soil sect, and click on OK. Now what we'll do is we'll create a surface which will call roller, because we are going to apply boundary conditions to this surface. So this one, and then these two surfaces will come in will be applied with same boundary conditions. So I'm going to click on done here. Now we'll create another set. We'll call them roller 2 and click on continue. By clicking on shift you can select both the surfaces, and the sets will be called roller 2. So we have created two new sets, roller and roller 2. Now we'll create last one, which we'll call fixed. So this is the fixed surface set. Now we'll create one more set where we allow the pore water pressure to release. So we'll call it PWP. The this slope surface will be the pore water pressure release surface. We'll click on done. So we have created all the sets. Now we'll go to assembly. We'll create insert this part which we have created into the assembly. We'll go to step. We'll create basically one geostatic step. So that is for the part when we use any soil material. So we want to use geostatic step to just create a equilibrium of the soil, so that any initial forces are in the check. So I'll click on continue, and what you can do is you can initially apply some geostatic stresses as well, but we'll not do that here. So this is the first step. Now we'll create our second step, that is soils. So this is the basic soils step where we use Bayet's equations. So I'll just call it soils. Click on OK. The time period, let's call the time period of 10. Incrementation, initial incrementation will be 0.1, and maximum also will be 0.1. So let's go with it. Minimum we can go with a little 0. We can allow maximum pore water pressure to be 1 lakh, and go with it, or maybe we can increase it a little bit so that our analysis will not fail. 10 to the power, let's call it 10 1 e7. That will be good enough, I'm guessing, and increase the number of incrementation to 10,000, and use the matrix storage as unsymmetric. You can use symmetric, but that is the default, so I am just going to use unsymmetric because normally in soils we have to go with that. So let's we have created the steps. Now we'll dismiss this. We'll go to interaction because we have only one part, will not require any interaction. Now let's go to the load part. We'll create the load in soils step, that is the gravity load. Click on continue. In the direction negative y 9.81, negative 9.81, and we need to apply not this force but the other forces with an amplitude. We have created a force. Now we'll apply boundary conditions. So we'll apply boundary conditions in the initial step, symmetry and anti-symmetry in caster. The first boundary condition will be the fixed boundary condition at the bottom sets. This one, in caster boundary condition, will create the second boundary condition with symmetry anti-symmetry rotation to the roller 1 boundary, and we'll apply, we don't want this surfaces to move in z direction, so we'll apply z axis symmetric. Okay, we don't want the, sorry, z axis symmetric basically means we don't want u3 to be 0, or we want u3 to be 0. Okay, so u3 will be 0 in z symmetric. Okay, we can allow them to move in one x and y direction but not the z direction, so u3 will be 0. Click on OK. Now create the final condition, no, not the final but final mechanical boundary condition with roller 2. So we will use we don't want this surfaces or sets to move in x direction. Okay, here you can see x direction, so we will use x symmetric. So u1 will be 0, so we'll click on OK. Now we'll use the pore water pressure boundary condition to apply pore water pressure equal to 0 at this surface, because this will be the drainage surface of our model. So that's why we are using pore water pressure equal to 0. Okay, so we have created all the boundary conditions. Now we'll use predefined field condition to use the void ratio. So initially we'll just apply the void ratio to the whole set and click on continue. We'll apply a void ratio of 0.9. I guess we'll go again and check into the properties. The void ratio is, how much is the void ratio? Yeah, 0.9 is the void ratio. So we have applied that. We'll go back to load module. We can see that we have applied the void ratio. Now in Abaqus 2020 there is a if you go to predefined field condition and you go to others, you will find a field variable underneath this fluid cavity pressure. Okay, but here in Abaqus 2017 you will not find that. So basically maybe in other steps that is not visible. So you have to, what you need to do here is that you need to create a field variable in a field variable in input file. So this is done now. We don't need to do any predefined field manager conditions. Now we'll go to mesh. We'll go to mesh and we'll start with the element type for the part. So let me just mute the headphones because there are disturbances. So mesh element type will be pore water pressure. Yeah, the coupled analysis pore fluid stress part, we'll go with that and dismiss this, and we'll mesh the part with the basic size available. I'm not saying the size because I'm just using the default size, that is 5 here. And we'll go to the job file and we'll create a job. Before that we'll just save this file. So I'm just going to save this file in, sorry, I'm getting a call here. Yeah, so click on OK. Now I will take a pause.